The Drama is a film written and directed by Christopher Borgli. He sort of burst onto the scene lately with Dream Scenario with Nicolas Cage. He's become a lot more mainstream. I found some of his older films like Sick of Myself, which was pretty interesting. But this one is a new one. This one is about Emma and Charlie. They are the picture-perfect couple, handsome British man, beautiful black woman, and the two of them are about to be married. So they're doing all of the visits they have to do, a lot of prepping and planning for the big New York City wedding. So, you know, finding clothes, photographer, DJ, flowers, venue, all that stuff. However, while they're doing a tasting for the food, they decide to indulge in a little bit too much wine, and they all get rather sloshed, and they start playing a game of what's the worst thing you've ever done. And this is kind of like the big reveal of the movie. I'm not going to say what it is, but if you can try to watch this movie without knowing the big reveal, then you'll probably have a better time watching the film. It's nice to have it as a surprise. It sort of sneaks into the conversation. It's really good. But basically, it's a bombshell that sort of puts the wedding at risk, because now their wedding is literally days away, and Emma and Charlie are trying to figure out if this is going to change things. And there's also a myriad of little subplots, and they have to keep visiting all these different things, and it sort of changes the dynamic between the two of them. This is a black comedy drama film, razor sharp satire, but it's also like a metaphor for kind of like, if you've ever been in a conversation with someone, especially my mom, she specifically thinks that Jay-Z is ugly. She thinks he's an ugly man and that Beyonce is too good for him. But a lot of people don't realize that Jay-Z is worth a lot of money. You know, he used to be a gangster. He's worth quite a bit of money himself. He's not a slouch. And some people think, oh, he's ugly and doesn't deserve Beyonce, and that, you know, she's doing him a favor by marrying him, and it's not a power couple in that way. This movie kind of has the same kind of thing going on, where the beginning of the film, Charlie, we get to see how they met, and he's kind of like really awkward and shy and nerdy, and she kind of gave him a chance. So it's almost like she's the catch, but then with the bombshell, it sort of throws the dynamic into disarray. And, you know, the movie also has a lot of like moral quandaries. You know, what's the limit for what someone can do? One time I was walking home with a very close female friend of mine and another friend, and I don't remember what the topic, how it got to it, but she was talking about like, if her boyfriend ever committed sexual assault, she would break up with him. That's just like a red flag. That's just like a deal breaker right there. Something that she couldn't handle. So the movie definitely asks that kind of question. You know, what if this happened right before your wedding? Would you do this or that? In terms of like, I really like the artistic flair, because like a Dream Scenario is a supernatural sort of movie because of the whole dream thing. But this movie doesn't have that. Instead, the movie utilizes interesting artistic choices to showcase metaphors for how Charlie's feeling. And it's a little bit art house. I like that. He's not Christopher Borgli. He might be working with more famous people now, more American actors and more, you know, British actors, but he's not losing that weird artistic flair that he likes. So I'm glad that he kept that in the movie. However, the third act does get a little bit boring. It's a little bit safe, and it's still an enjoyable film. I really like the acting and all the side characters and the hypocrisy and all the little weird, icky themes that happens throughout this film. I give The Drama a 7 out of 10.